How's it going, guys? My name is RighteousNicky and welcome to another Overmind game. Um I'm going Kitty. I'm going to be playing Medivh this game, and I really wanted to show this game. I actually played this game yesterday. And I really wanted to show it because it was an awesome game. And we're on the wave of Medivh from our last video, so I think it was a good moment for me to show you another game and showing you some different, not different, but more stuff. Now, I actually have some older videos that I haven't shown you yet. I even have one Zujin game, but I just really want to show this game first. Now, we're going to be playing on Dragonshire. They're going to ban Artanis. I'm trying to play Medivh quite a lot in my master games, even as a, well, not necessarily first pick, but as a twin or a third pick, I take him as well. But it turns out that not many people actually know how to properly execute with Medivh, unfortunately. I've even seen people in master not clicking on the portal. Can you believe that? It's very disappointing. But what can you do? Not in this game particularly, but... So I'm going to ask my teammates here to actually pick Zujin if possible, because I think Zujin is one of the heroes that actually combos very well with Medivh. I think I explained why in my previous video. They're going to secure Diablo. Now Diablo actually allows you for a lot of combo potential. You can combo with 0-2, you can combo with Troll, with Rhaegar. Basically a lot of opportunities here. And my kitty is doing some stuff here. I told her to be quiet, but she doesn't really understand me anyway. So we're going to take Troll. Actually, Troll is a very good pick here because you actually counter pick their team by picking Troll. I mean, you're denying them the Troll pick, which is pretty important. It's pretty important to actually counter pick. I had a game where they actually picked early on Tassadar, so I picked Illidan to counter pick a potential Tassadar combo, and we banned Tracer. So, you know, counter picking and denying picks are actually pretty important thing when you go up this high in the ranks. I'm actually currently very low on the master rank. I'm like 200 points or something. I've been having a losing streak from a couple of days, and I just cannot climb back, which is really been demotivating me. I really was hoping to get to Grandmaster. I'm going to keep trying. I have a goal when I reach Grandmaster to maybe start streaming. But we shall see. There's a long way to there. I've been generally losing a lot of my games recently, and that's kinda bad, but oh well. They're going to pick Kharazim and Tychus. I understand that Tychus, Kharazim this early. I guess it's a solid support. I cannot say anything. Fasted ban. Fasted is a pretty good hero for Dragonshire, but not only that, Fasted is a very nice disengager for a Troll Earthquake. So that's a pretty nice ban. They're going to ban Rhaegar. Rhaegar plus Troll is also a very scary combo. So they're going to deny that. Now, Stitches. Haven't seen a lot of Stitches players in general. But I'll be honest, guys. Me and Stitches carried the late game of this game so hard. And I can't believe we didn't thought about this earlier. If you're a common sense player, you would know what is going to happen. But generally it took us like 20 minutes to figure it out that we could do that. I'm talking about this game-changing, game-winning combination. But anyway, we're going to get Mofurion on our support, which is pretty good. Mofurion is pretty good versus a lot of melee, and they already have a Diablo and a Kharazim. So that's going to be fantastic as a main support. Jaina and Arthas. Now, they actually have a team that has a lot of big ultimates that are pretty scary. Our teammate is going to secure Zujin as I asked. And let's see how this game is going to go. Now actually Arthas plus Jaina plus Diablo is pretty scary because firstly you can initiate Sindragosa with Arthas and provide a lot of slow, and then you can just combo on with Diablo and Jaina, which is pretty strong if you get caught by those heroes. Tychus is also a very nice damage dealer for one tank Stitches, so Ooh, that was a pretty strange hook there, to be honest. I'm keeping my shield for now. I'm going to shoot throw there. He's going to get in the portal. Fantastic. What I'm also doing is actually throwing my Q as much as possible to get it reset and deal as much as damage as possible. Karazim is going to get here in the roots and he's going to die. Fantastic. Zuzhin actually also died. I don't know how. I'm going to shoot the stitches there and keep throwing a shit ton of damage there. Now, you can see there, we actually already did 5k damage there. Holy shit. I mean, you're just a non-stop damage dealer as a Medivh if you keep hitting your Q and you're uncontested, so that's always nice. Especially if you get that level 7 Master's Touch talent. Medivh is a very huge damage dealer for a support-like specialist, to be honest. Alright, so we have 4 here, and on the top is Trow. Trow is actually... to be honest, I recently picked Arthurs versus a Trow, 1 versus 1. And I did able to 1 versus 1 the Trow. I don't know how their Arthurs was versus our Trow. Guess Trow was better, or maybe Arthurs was bad. But in general, I think you should be able to 1 versus 1 Trow as an Arthurs. Now, they're going to secure the double shrine here, and they're going to take the dragon. I tried to interrupt it, but there was Tykes in my face there. And yeah, they're going to take the dragon, unfortunately. Getting some very nice heal there. Zuzhin is gonna die on the bottom. They're probably got comboed by a Diablo. Now, Medivh is actually pretty good on maps where you get someone to take control of a dragon or of the, let's say, Flower Golem, because your Q also counts this target as a hero inside the monstrosity, and also you get reset cooldown from that. So this allows you to actually clear the target very fast with Medivh. Diablo's going to get caught there. I actually gave him an opportunity to escape. I'm going to finish him out with a nice Morphurian heal there and a port. I'm going to be able to escape, so that's pretty nice. Stitches is running on the bottom there from Jaina. Alright. Okay, well, both teams are level 5 here. Troyes has been holding out on Arthas pretty well. So that's pretty nice. I see a Karazim here. I'm generally playing pretty aggressive and comfortably at the moment with Medivh. Trying to be annoying as much. Oh, that's a pretty big Jaina burst. I'm just going to be throwing some damage there. I managed to down her out pretty well. Zuzhin gaining... Ooh. Going to grab a kill on Jaina. I was saying that Zuzhin was going to get engaged there, but yeah. Karazim is still sneaking around here. I don't know what Karazim is doing there. He should be with his team healing. Maybe he tried to do the siege camp there, but when he saw that teammates are dying, he decided to stop. We are doing the R camp there, so that's pretty nice. Generally, Medivh is pretty good sulking versus a melee hero. So I'm going to get the Master Sword there. But by the way, I'm building Medivh the same as any game, so I'm not going to be talking about the talents that much. I do, however, now that I'm talking about builds, I do, however, found some very nice moments where Polymorph is actually better than Lane Line Seal. Versus what was that hero? Tracer. Polymorph is very strong versus Tracer. Once she dives in, you just polymorph her for 2 seconds, and if your team is, if your team's reaction is good enough, you can actually kill her in those 2 seconds. As well as generally pretty decent versus a Rexar, the polymorph ulti. If the Rexar is smart, he can actually control the bear pretty well around the polymorph, but generally in a big chaotic battle, having the bear as an extra target fucks up the enemy team a bit more, which is pretty nice. One situation I would suggest you to not pick polymorph is versus an enemy Rhaegar, especially if he bloodlusts and you decide to polymorph. The enemy team is going to have the extra movement speed, and they're going to be able to get in a better position, not polymorphing their teammates. So don't pick Medivh versus, don't pick polymorph versus a Rhaegar. You can pick the ley line seal to stop the Rhaegar engage, which is a pretty good choice. But no polymorph. I'm going to get rooted here by Arthas. Pretty unfortunate. I'm actually pumping up my quest stacks here already to half. While you're completing this quest, I suggest you to be a bit more careful or a bit more aware of where the enemies are and where you decide to actually pump up your stacks on and to who. Generally, it's pretty good versus tank and support to do that, because while they can engage on you, you can easily escape, and they're engaged and they don't have that big of a burst damage. I wouldn't suggest you to be like completing your quest stacks on Jaina. That's a pretty bad choice. I mean, you can get up easily 1 versus 1 if you're not careful versus Jaina. Generally, I'm 21 here. Generally, you want to do your best to complete your quest without dying. I'm going to take the lane line seal. Even if you die, you can still try to complete it. It's not that big of a deal. But you really want to complete it as soon as possible, because the value of the quest is so much high when it comes to dealing damage that you just want to have it completed. Now we have level 10 here. I'm really actually... Oh, that was a very nice hook attempt there. I actually was trying to get a maybe a lane line seal engage, but I really didn't want to do it because I haven't completed my quest yet. Because even if I manage to do a good engage, I might fuck it up, maybe leave one enemy not in the lane line seal. He can't fuck me up, get out of position, and that's not a risk I really want to take this early. I really want to complete my quest first, and then maybe try to do a bit more aggressive engages. Now, their entire team is going to be here on the bottom. By the way, your Master's Touch also procs from more hero targets, so if you hit 2 heroes, you're going to get 2 stacks, so that's also nice. That's why it's actually pretty good versus Rexer. I'm going to actually hit 2 targets there. I thought I was going to miss. I missed my Q there though, so that's pretty unfortunate. Stitch is actually engaged on Diablo, but Diablo is going to counter engage on our Malfurion. Malfurion is going to ulti, but Circle of Ice is going down, and things are looking pretty green for our team. Karazimut going down the Diablo. I did manage to complete my quest, but I think that was a pretty bad team fight for us in general. It was a pretty good engage from Stitches there, but maybe Diablo wasn't the right target. Now I'm actually going to get engaged by Diablo. Actually, I think I die here. Yeah, I tried to teleport there, but the headbutting of Diablo was a bit too much for me. Zuju is going to go into the Zingo, but he's also going to die. We had a pretty big fuck up here, this team fight, which is pretty unfortunate. But things aren't that dire. As we can see, Trau is actually doing pretty well versus Arthas there. I think the problem that Arthas is having is actually that he's building Death Coil. I mean, Death Coil is a good build. Actually, it's a pretty decent build versus our team, to be honest. So he's actually building correctly. But generally versus a Trau, I don't think the Death Coil is going to do that much for you. Usually versus a Trau, you want to be hugging him to try to get some value with your wins. But anyway, enough blabbering. I'm going to be poking a bit here. I'm trying out some damage there. Seems action is... Ooh. The Crusty action is happening on the middle there. Oh, Stitches again engaged on Diablo there. I'm actually going to lane line seal on the side. They're going to freeze 3 people. Our team didn't manage to finish Arthas there, which is pretty unfortunate. A hook on Jaina. Jaina is going to get out of position, and I'm going to be able... Well, our team is going to be able to finish her. I did help with some Q damage there. I'm going to go Astral Projection here. Zujin is doing some very nice damage on the side. We have the Dragon popped up as well. I chose Astral Projection because I didn't feel like increased cooldown. Cooldown reduction of the teleport is going to be needed for us. I felt like increased range is going to be pretty good on Dragashar. I mean, I can just put a portal from the middle to the bottom lane, to be honest, with this range. So that's pretty huge. I can put a portal from here to almost the outer towers of the fort, so I can bring some teammates. So I just think for this map, the increased range is going to be very useful. I'm going to be trying to do some thingies here. A nice hook on Narth is going to put the portal. Zujin is a bad spot, but he's going to use the portal there to safety. I'm continuing to poke, but Tychus has been doing some really big damage on me with his Odin. I really hope I can get a heal here. Alright, nice. We're trying to hook someone, but it's not happening. Alright. What is the dragon doing? He has 10 seconds left, so I guess he wants to be on a safety place. Yeah, safety spot. By the way, Medivh actually doesn't do that huge damage at the first glance. 400 might not seem that much, and you can see I'm not taking that big of a chunk of their HP, but the point is for you to consistently deal damage. Now I actually see their team doing the camp here. I'm going to lane line seal engage, but there's going to be a miss on the hook there. Arthas also not taking that much damage. I'm doing as much as possible. Circle of Ice missing there. I'm going to put a portal. They're not going to be used. I was really hoping my team can go a bit more aggressive engage there, because I managed to get them out of position with the lane line seal. Nice hook on the Jaina there, but she's going to get Karazim ulted. Arthas now taking a shit ton of damage. He's going to die. That's a small win for us here, so that's pretty nice. Alright, I feel like I need actually some mana. Actually, to be honest, I can play with this mana, but generally I want to be able to get my mana to full while Arthas is dead, so I can be ready for a full team fight again. Now, I think for this game in particular, I actually picked another shoot talent and not the healing. I think I picked the increased duration of the shoot talent, and I think I picked it because of the Diablo stun, because the Diablo stun doesn't allow my teammates to get in position of the portal in time. So I really want to let them have this extra 0.5 seconds of free space of movement so they can actually get to safety. Tychus very early loading here. I don't know why. Maybe he's trying to kill clear the trash. Another hook on Diablo there. Man, this Stitches is getting the Diablo only. I mean, he's fat and all, but wow. I'm going to be poking here. Generally, it's actually pretty dangerous to poke as a Medivh. Another hook on Diablo. Oh, Diablo is going full engage there. I'm going to actually need to lane line seal. Troll getting in a bad spot. My portal was late there, unfortunately. Stitches is going to get out. I'm going to shield our Zujin, but Zujin is going to get... Yeah, this was pretty bad. Yeah. Alright, I actually don't know what exactly went wrong. I don't think I got caught there. I mean, I saw that I was getting shot by Tychus, but I think their troll, their Diablo engaged there. So I'm going to go for Enduring Will here. Yeah, I remember I picked that talent. It says, I think 33 or 50% more duration. I'm not really sure, but I think it's 33. So the duration of the shoot is actually 1.5, so 33% is 0.5. So that's a total of 2 seconds. I really think the extra shoot duration is going to be very helpful for the survival of some targets. Stitches here is going to eat Karazim, which is pretty nice. He's going to throw him at the fort. A root is going to happen. He's going to ult though, and he's going to jump back. So yeah, that didn't work out very well. Yeah. Another hook on Diablo there. I'm going to be tossing my Q now. Doing some tons of damage there. You can see it refreshes on the dragon as well. So I can be a very big threat, damage dealing there, to get the dragon wall as quickly as possible. As I say, you shouldn't be playing this aggressive as me as a Medivh. Generally, I have him. Oh, nice hook on Tychus there. I've been playing Medivh for a decent amount of time now, so I feel a bit more comfortable with how deep I can go. But generally, if you're trying to play Medivh, ooh, that was a bit of a dis-synergy there. Diablo got stuck very beautifully there. I'm going to put one shield on Malfurion because he's a bit out of position. Our team is taking a lot of damage from the Circle of Ice. Yeah. Oh, actually, Stitches got Arthas there. I'm going to get stunned by this guy, and I'm going to die. And this isn't looking very good. My thought was that if you're starting to play Medivh soon, I wouldn't suggest you to be as aggressive as me in general. Now, we have a lot of dead teammates here, only Trau is left up. He's going to get engaged and he's going to die. Now we have 5 teammates dead. They actually might just finish out the game at this point, and I mean, they're going for the 4th. Ophirin is going to be up pretty soon, Zujin as well. I'm up next. They dealt with the 4th. They're actually going to get level 20 soon. I'm looking at some talents there, I don't know why. Nice route from Ophirin there. I'm looking for Zujin talents, yeah. Because I feel like Zujin isn't actually doing that much damage to the tanks. Wow, he should actually being able to do. To be burning them a bit quicker. But that was just my viewpoint. Now, Ophirin going very aggressive there, trying to root the Arthas. I'm going to give him some shoots there. I actually did manage to block that Mortal Coil as well. Going to throw the lane line seal so I can slow them down a bit from escape. Yeah, we're basically pushing them 3 versus 5 here, to be honest. I don't know why. I mean, maybe because their tanks are pretty low. Alright, we're trying to be Ophirin is very aggressive. Arthas finally getting called out. They're going to get ulti by Karazim. I'm going to be staying a bit closer so I can get some Q damage there. And that went pretty well. They have a Merc camp though. Pushing on the bottom there, so that could be a bit scary. I felt like I should just roam to the top and secure the point there. And as someone, Medivh is actually pretty good for soul soaking. No, not soaking. Securing the points, because you can actually get vision around the point pretty nicely, and there is a very little chance for you to actually get ganked. So that's a pretty nice thing to have. We're going to be able to secure the dragon here. Who is inside? Stitches, I think, yeah? Alright, that's okay. We're going to be starting to do some siege damage now. Arthas is dead, so we feel pretty confident. Seems that Diablo is out of position here. Though Ophirin got caught there, I'm going to put a shield on him. Circle of Ice going down. I'm going to put a portal so maybe Ophirin can escape. Alright. Circle of Ice going down. Diablo actually died, but he's going to have a soul stone. We're getting close to level 20, which is going to be pretty important, of course. Not so much for me, but for my teammates. My level 20 isn't that strong. But in general, Odin is going down. Diablo is going to get annihilated, but counter engage from Diablo as well as a Karazim ulti. I'm going to shoot Troll there, so he doesn't take damage. Going to put a portal for Troll. Troll not using the portal, alright, he used it. Alright. Our core is even under attack there, but we're Tychus is getting a bit out of position. I'm going to shoot Zujin there. Zujin though pretty low. Dragon finally getting out. Hook from Stitches on Diablo not going to work. Going to shoot the Stitches. Stitches getting rooted. And I think at this moment, not this exact moment. Oh yeah, this moment. Stitches eating Arthas, using my portal, and Arthas getting way out of his team. Though we didn't manage to finish him. It just... Oh, now another nice hook on Tychus there, but generally we're not in the best spot. It generally at this point it clicked to us. We should start using this as a combo. Who is calling me? Oh. Alright, I'm going to pause here just for a bit. Alright, I'm back here. So, we're now going to get level 20, going to get Medivh cheats. And I was saying, this is the moment where it snapped to me, and probably to Stitches, that we have a pretty huge combo here to work with. If Stitches lands a hook, he can eat someone, and I can put a big portal and throw that someone even further away from their team. And this is going to be very game changing here in the following minutes, as you're going to see. I don't know why we haven't figured this out earlier. I mean, my portal upgrade is actually on level 13, so it makes some sense. Medivh is going to grab the Diablo. I'm going to put this big portal. He's going to blink, and Diablo is at the core. Beautiful. I'm going to get a lane line seal. Going to actually toggle it a bit. I managed to get only Arthurs there, unfortunately. Is my team going to be... yeah, a hook from Stitches there. Going to be able to grab a kill on Arthas. 2 men down. Just like this, snap on the fingers, and voila, magic, portal magic, guys. Yeah, we really need to start pushing with 2 dead. I'm going to cap the top shrine there. Alright. Yeah, we have that one. Oh, there's someone on the bottom there though. Trav is going to inspect. There was a Karazim there. Alright. Their team is playing pretty defensive here with 2 people down, so... yeah, I really hope Furion takes because I need the damage from Zujin and the combo. I think my shields are going to be enough to be able to support them. Zujin unfortunately is going to take the dragon. Alright, their team is coming back. It's going to be a 5 versus 5 fight here. I'm just trying to get some vision here. Alright, dragon is starting to do some 4 damage here. Hook on Tychus. Bring up the portal. Taking Tychus to Isengard there. But Tychus though, he picked the talent. Bob and Weave though. Holy shit, he sneaked there so well. I'm going to throw Medivh. She's going to turn it around. Going to get him in a very nice position. Trow going to combo with Earthquake. Diablo Apocalypse going down, but the Earthquake is going to sword him very nicely. A hook going on Tychus again, but Bobo Weave is helping him a lot. Now Arthas being swallowed quite a lot. I'm going to be shooting the Trow. Jaina dealing damage on the side. I'm going to put Portal just in case someone wants to escape, but we're grabbing a second kill there, which is pretty good. Dragon's going on 4th Karazim here. Nice hook there, but it's going to miss. We're just going for the core at the moment. Going for the core. Karazim getting swallowed there, rooted there, but this is going to be the end, guys. Excellent game. Wow. That combo was beautiful, guys. If you ever pick a Medivh or you have Medivh in your team, Stitches is the right tank for the job. Right, I'm going to give him a vote. I didn't even get in the MVP section here, guys. Pretty unfortunate. I felt like I was a pretty big part of winning this game. But anyway, I'm not going to be able to show the talents, unfortunately. And I hope I gave you another view of Medivh as combo potential. Another light to him. And that's going to be everything from me from today, guys. So thank you for watching. And until next time, stay righteous. Your points are smart. They're not going to be just wasting damage on the shield target anyway. So I'm going to be able to catch Keltas there. Just going to get deleted. Ragnaros is actually doing a lot of damage there. Zujin thankfully is going to go to the Zdingo. I'm going to have a shield prepared there, but I was stunned. Thankfully Uriel had him in stasis as well. Zujin is